Back in 2018 or 2017, I don't know, it was lawless back then. There wasn't even a year. It was just the time. That time, I used to go to kink parties. And it's almost exactly like you would picture. It was secret, it wasn't a public thing, but it was a Facebook organization, a Facebook event. It was kind of like hush hush, and it was only shared between the people who like kind of knew the owners, and it would be at this bar, this specific bar. The owners were part of the kink community. They would close the bar that night, and all of the kinks people, all of the kinksters would come to this party. We would get there and everybody would either be naked, boobs out, jock straps, the whole 9 yards. Leather, lots of leather everywhere you go. You'd see puppy dogs, people chained up, people dressed up in furry outfits. You'd see all of it, all of the kinks at once. It was a safe place. So you would enter the bar and there would be stations. A station over here for people being tied up, a station over here for people being whipped, a station over here, a station over there. A whole bunch of different stations. It's almost like a museum. You could go up and down and people were just doing freaky shit. What it wasn't was an orgy. There was no sex, there was no people, there was people like making out and stuff because they were drunk and whatnot. There was no like orgy fashion that you would think. There was people hanging from ceilings, people being whipped and marked, and kicked and spit on and all sorts of weird shit like that, but there was never any like penetration going on. Just a bunch of kinksters being fucking weird together in one spot. There was a stage area and there were men hanging from ceilings. I wish I could show you the videos. I still have them. Consensually, I took them. Everything is about consent in this community. Men hanging from ceilings, women in big high heel leather straps, whipping the fuck out of these guys, and the guys just loving it. And there's an audience, right? Around every station there was an audience of people like watching the arts. It was kind of like an art, right? And they just went to fucking town on these guys in front of everybody, bleeding, you know, bleeding. Obviously pre-COVID, before everybody was concerned about germs and whatnot. Amazing, just so great. So great. Everybody was just so free and open. I met some really interesting people there and I can't wait to tell you all about them one day. I don't even know if I can. Maybe I shouldn't. I met people who were puppy dogs and cats, and that's how they lived their sexual life. There were the face masks, you know, the pooch masks, it looks like a doggy, they're leather. Tons of those people crawling around on all fours. I loved it. I love it. What a vibe. Can you imagine just being in a group of other human beings that will not judge you because there's probably some weirder shit next to you? No judgment. It was lovely. It was lovely. And I didn't really show up with any sort of like kink in mind. I always showed up in like some sort of lingerie or like, you know, whip or garter belt or some shit like that. I didn't really have any of those specific kinks up in there like that, like a honed in one, but it was so fucking nice. The vibe, it was just so accepting and so loving, and nobody looked at you weird for all the weird shit you were doing. And that's beautiful. I'm a weirdo. I think being weird and different, I don't know if it's in my soul or the way I grew up or what, if I was just born weird, but that's me all day. Just fucking strange. And so when I can be around people who let me be a weirdo, it was amazing. I loved it. I haven't been in years, but that's what a kink party's like, and I'm sure they have some in your area. If you ever want to explore your fantasy or be around people who are super accepting and really open to talking about that kind of thing, maybe you should look into your kink parties. You might find something nice there. So that was my little tidbit about kink parties. Just a little insight into the tight-knit community, which is the kink community. Amazing people. Never ever did I feel unsafe one time or judged. And to be able to explore your sexuality in such a comfortable setting, what a beautiful thing. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have been eating Cajun boiled peanuts this entire time. I know that COVID is about right now, and maybe there's not a lot of kink parties around you, but something to keep in mind for the future. Just don't be a creep. Respect the consent. Consent is the most important rule. You'll find your way beautifully through a kink party, probably find some really interesting individuals, have the time of your motherfucking life. That's my little story for today, and maybe we can go deeper into each and every station there was. Let me know if you're interested in it. Keep that ass clean. Talk to you later. Bye.
If you liked that video, like and subscribe, comment down there, let me know that you want to see some more. Have a great day.